Hello YouTube, Wes here from the SupraWes channel. Thank you very much for joining us this evening or whenever it is you're watching this. As you see from the title, these are going to be my vinyl finds for the month of September 2021. If you'd like, follow me on Instagram to see what I'm spinning. Check out my Discogs store. There'll be a link to that in the show notes below, or you can go to deepdishrecords.com. That link will take you over to my Discogs store, which is Deep Dish Records. So if you just want to search for Deep Dish Records on Discogs, you'll find me that way as well. I sell stuff that doesn't make it in the Vinyl Survivor series, as well as other interesting things I find when I'm out digging. So check out the Discogs store. That helps me out a lot, and I appreciate those of you who shop there and bought records from me. Helps keep this thing going, helps keep me digging for vinyl, as well as referral links to products and services that I use myself that I like, and I have referral links that let those companies know that I referred you to them. It helps me out when you use those links, so I appreciate that. And as I said, all those things that are in the referral links section are things I personally use myself or have used myself. So let's go ahead and get into this, my vinyl finds for the month of September. First one here is a new release from the Coal Mine Records label. I've been wanting to check out more of their stuff ever since getting into Kelly Finnegan and the Monophonics last year. One of the bigger, more well-known coal mine artists. And this is the first release from the Rugged Nuggets, and it's titled Odds and Ends. So there's a new release from a new group on the Coal Mine Records label. Not a vintage group. I think they are a modern group. It's kind of like it's a very much a groovy sort of funk soul sound with kind of a West Coast kind of vibe to it. So, you know, like kind of almost like a lowrider kind of just chill, very, very groovy kind of instrumental kind of album. Not a lot of information about this group available out there, and not a lot included in this vinyl release, but just a cool listen. You get that kind of Southern California vibe there, West Coast kind of vibe. Just not a lot of information on this, and I'm not a big fan of the cover either, but the music is really good on this, so definitely give it a stream if you like, and maybe you want to pick this up for yourself. And this is pressed on white vinyl, which is nice. I believe there was also a limited edition red color that was available directly from Coal Mine Records, but I picked this up at my local record store. So yeah, those of you guys that are into jazz and funk and stuff, I think you'll dig this one. So check that one out if you haven't already. That was the first one for this month. All right, this next one was inspired by Tavis over at the Vinyl Talk with Tavis channel. He showed this and was talking about it, and I was like, yeah, I don't have anything. I don't have any vinyl from this person. I really would like to have some. Just something to put on and spin. So this is the debut album from Little Richard. Here's Little Richard. This is a modern reissue of it. Very affordable to pick up online, so I went ahead and did that this month. And so yeah, it's cool to have some Little Richard on vinyl. It was sad that we lost him recently. But yeah, I wanted to have this very basic reissue of it. There is the vinyl itself. All right, the next thing I have to share with you is something I mentioned in my Bananas Record Haul video, and that is the group Our Daughter's Wedding. And so this is the reissue of the album titled Moving Windows, which I mentioned. It did have the uncensored cover, and this also contains the 4 tracks from the EP that they released before this album. So it's the album plus 4 extra tracks on one piece of vinyl. Nice packaging on this, though. I do like what they did with this. You can see the inner sleeve is like a frosted PVC inner sleeve, which is kind of nice, and it's got this yellow color to it, which is kind of cool. And then the vinyl, the record itself is pressed on a marbled red and black vinyl, translucent red and black vinyl. Really cool looking really cool looking piece of vinyl. That is a very nice thing, and then there's more to this as well. Very, very nicely put together. You did get this sort of, I think it's a trifold kind of poster with photos of the band members here. And then it gives, on the back here, you get a little bit of a history about the group, and then some liner notes and stuff. And this is all stuff that wasn't included in the original pressing that I have. So this is a really nice thing and really nice companion piece to that original pressing, and it gives me the 4 tracks from the EP. So yeah, I was really happy to pick this one up and add it to the collection. And now I have an original pressing, and I have this sort of re-release with bonuses and extras. And yeah, I was glad to pick that up, and that was a nice Discogs pickup. I think that was released back in 2016 is when this was re-released. On the Futurismo label. If you sampled Our Daughter's Wedding and curious about which one to get, I mean, it's up to you. You can get an original or you can get this one. The reissue is nice, sounds good. Okay, so in recent months I've been accused of buying a lot of modern pop music, and yes, that is very true, especially with the times we're in now. I've been just enjoying and listening to a lot of modern pop music. Sometimes you just want something that's just over the top, sugary sweet, just to forget about all the troubles of the world. So that's why I've been getting into a lot of modern pop recently. Backed off on it a little bit, but I did pick up one new release this month, and that is the new one from Casey Musgraves titled Star-Crossed. This is Casey Musgraves' divorce album, I guess is the best way to put it. I believe her 4th, depends if you count the Christmas album, but her 4th studio album. That's not a Christmas album. It's not a live album. So yeah, this is a divorce album from her. It's definitely a bit of a change of pace. It's her going through the different stages of dealing with loss and divorce and a breakup and those kind of things. So, you know, you got very angsty kind of songs, you got sad songs, you got sort of introspective kind of songs. Really interesting here. I definitely dig this one. It's a bit psychedelic, country psych kind of sounding, almost in like a Sturgill Simpson kind of way at times. Yeah, it does have this neat sort of opening cover here. I do like how that opens up. And then there is a insert with just liner notes with it. And there are many different colors of this available depending on where you buy it. This is the red version. There's like 3 different standard colors, which is like red, blue, and white or something. And then Target has like a yellow one, and there are a lot of different colors, but I like the red that matched the cover, so I went with that color. All right, next up, staying in the female country-ish, well, this is definitely more country than Casey Musgraves is these days, but we have a Dolly Parton Christmas album. This one she released last year in 2020. I decided to go ahead and pick up this Walmart exclusive. I was shopping there one evening and saw this, and I thought, yeah, I'd like to have that on vinyl for my Christmas collection. Really nice bunch of songs, a lot of duets on here. She does a duet with Miley Cyrus, Michael Bublé, Jimmy Fallon, Billy Ray Cyrus, Willie Nelson, and Randy Parton. A bunch of duets on there, as well as some other songs where she's just by herself. But yeah, just nice recent Christmas album from Dolly. And her sleeves got liner notes and some lyrics on there. The songs are mostly traditional, although it's a mixture of traditional and originals, so that's a nice thing. And they're calling this transparent white vinyl. It's kind of just a a milky, translucent looking vinyl. So coming up here in another month or so, we'll start to get into that. I guess about a little less than 2 months now. Get into the Christmas season. All right, next up we have a reissue of a Gary Numan album from, I believe this was originally from 1983. This is Gary Numan's Warriors album. Show that better there. Yeah, just some nice 80s Gary Numan kind of new wave-ish synth pop kind of stuff. Inner sleeve. And some lyrics, and this is pressed on orange vinyl. All right, these next two are from a new to me store that is right near my work, and I don't know what the official name of it is. I think it's just called Books and Music. It's a store that I guess they're mainly into used books, but they also have records, tapes, CDs, various other associated items. It's kind of an interesting sort of curio shop of mostly used stuff. Although there are some new things there, and I had to pick up one new album. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. First thing I got there was actually a new sealed album, although this is from 2015, I believe, is when these were done. Another compilation of Patrick Cowley music that they did back in 2015 on the Dark Entries label. Patrick Cowley was an ambient electronic musician in the late 70s, early 80s, so it's sort of its time, but very, very lush. You know, if you're into any kind of synthwave kind of stuff, this isn't too far away, so you're going to enjoy this as well. Yeah, just some great tracks on here. Really nice, long, spacey, enjoyable, groovy kind of ambient electronic tracks. And yeah, I do like Patrick Cowley quite a bit, so I was glad to have found that. Nice 2LP pressing on RTI, just black vinyl, nothing too interesting there. This came with an insert from one of the films his music was featured in. Yeah, most of his music ended up in porn films, but it's definitely above that. It's sad that that's all he was able to do is get his music featured in porn, but is what it is. And then it came with this poster as well. Just some screenshots there. So yeah, that's Patrick Cowley with Muscle Up. Definitely a cool find, and glad to have found that store, and I'll be visiting that pretty regularly because, as I said, it's really close to work for me. And the other thing I picked up there, they had a $3 bin of records, and I found this. And this is something I'd known about for a while, and I've been kind of on the lookout for it. This is Christmas Becomes Electric, the Moog Machine. So, Moog Christmas music. And I've known about this for a while. This was a radio station promo here, but unfortunately somebody tore off the timing strip. But yeah, cool. I'm glad to have this, and this will be another thing I can spin in a few months here. Looking forward to that. These next three were a Goodwill find, and the only reason I picked these up mainly is because of the third item, which we'll get to here in a minute. But the first one I got here is a Beach Boys album I did not have. This is from 1985. I think it's just self-titled, Beach Boys. Didn't have this one in the collection, so I decided to go ahead and grab it because the Goodwill it's 3 for 99 cents. So you got to buy three. You got to buy at least 3 records. So that was why that was, and then a copy of Elton John's Breaking Hearts, which I do have in the inbox, but I'm not sure. And this is a nice still in shrink copy, really, really clean. So either this one will be in the Discog store at some point, or the one I have already will be in the Discog store at some point. But yeah, this one's got Who Wears These Shoes, and Sad Songs Say So Much. That was probably the most well-known song from this, but a good Elton John album, and glad to pick that up. And then the last thing I found at the Goodwill there was something you don't normally see modern albums at Goodwill, but occasionally you just stumble across one for whatever reason. Somebody just decided to donate their newer record. Maybe somebody knew they were into the group and bought them the record, and they never had a record player to play it on or anything. So this is Group Love with their album Rumors. Group Love is a modern indie rock pop kind of group that I am not real familiar with before picking this up, but I've been enjoying listening to this, and yeah, they're kind of pop and they're rock and they're hip hop a little bit, and kind of interesting group. So yeah, I've been enjoying getting into that. This is pressed on white vinyl, I believe. Yeah, white vinyl. So yeah, that was a fun find at Goodwill one afternoon or evening. Okay, and then this last stack here are also from Goodwill, but they're from the Goodwill in Ocala, Florida, which is about 45 minutes south of here. And they're not 3 for $1 there. They're $1.18 each, which is some odd pricing. Who knows where they get their pricing? Kind of a challenging store for me, but I do continue to go there because I do find good things in that store from time to time, non-vinyl related usually, but it's one of their bigger Goodwills that's more like a, I don't know what you call it, a Goodwill superstore kind of thing, but a bigger store, and they have a lot of inventory, and they move a lot of inventory, so it's always changing. But yeah, normally don't find records there, although this year I have been finding records there, and normally the media, they put them in these like cloth kind of, like cloth carts that were like, you would see like in an institutional kind of setting for like a mailroom or a laundromat kind of thing, or an institutional kind of laundry where they're doing huge amounts of laundry, just these big cloth carts, and they would just pile in the media, records and CDs and DVDs and VHS tapes, and there'd be board games in there, and it's all just a hodgepodge of stuff, and people are just clawing through it, and things are getting broken and bent, and it's always a frustrating experience because things get destroyed and it's difficult to find anything. So this last time we went in there, they had everything, the bins were gone, everything was on shelves, neatly laid out. So hopefully that stays. Hopefully they don't go back to those stupid carts anymore. And I happened to find some good stuff, so I was happy with that. So let's go ahead and get into what I found in the Ocala Goodwill. First one we got here is Jerry Lee Lewis Monsters on Sun Records. I'm guessing this is a comp. I'm not real familiar with Jerry Lee Lewis, but yeah, just a nice group of music from Jerry Lee Lewis here. You got Don't Be Cruel, Your Cheating Heart, Good Golly Miss Molly, Bebopalooza, Jailhouse Rock. Some good stuff on there. So that was a nice find. This next one was a really excellent find. I was really happy to find this. This is the soundtrack to Casino Royale, James Bond film. This is one of the harder ones to find. It actually sells for a good bit. Still in shrink copy of this, so I was really happy to find this. A lot of the other James Bond films are pretty easy to find, but this one for some reason didn't sell real well, I guess. So that was a nice find. Decided to go ahead and pick up this KC and the Sunshine Band, self-titled. In the past, I've passed on this one, but I was like, it'll be fun to listen to. I do kind of like this. In the past, I was kind of, that's too disco-y for me, but I can't deny it's groovy and it's good music. So went ahead and grabbed that one. Another one sort of similar here, the Bee Gees live album, 2 LP set. Pretty cool gatefold on that one. I like that. That was a nice find. Here's a cool one as well. I have picked this up in the past, although it wasn't in this nice a shape, so I think this is going to be an upgrade for me. But this is Rush Archives. If you don't know what this is, it features the first 3 Rush albums in one package. So yeah, nice sort of package, 3 LPs of Rush albums, which the first one, I've never actually found the first one before. I do have Fly By Night and Caress of Steel, but for some reason I just never seem to come across the self-titled there. So that's why I have this in the collection, and this will be an upgrade for me. The next one is another one that I've been kind of curious about over the years and just always passed on it. And it was there, and this is a super clean copy, so if I decide I don't want it, I can go in the Discogs store. But this is Elvis, Aloha from Hawaii, via satellite. Another 2 LP set, and this is the quadra-disc version of it, so that's nice. And as I said, excellent condition. From the early 70s, I think, is when they put this out. Yeah, 72. Yeah, doing some interesting stuff on here. So looking forward to hearing that, checking it out. Be fun to spin at least once. All right, the next one is another disco-y kind of classic, and this one has a special place for me because the very first time I remember buying LPs, it was at a flea market. It would have been in the mid-'80s at some point, and I think I bought 4 records at the time. There was Kansas, 2 for the Show, Chicago, the self-titled, the metal cover one, Pink Floyd's The Wall, and the Village People, Cruisin' with YMCA on it. So yeah, this was one of the first albums I bought. Maybe I bought 5 because I believe I also bought Eddie Murphy's Raw. But yeah, went ahead and picked this up. Nice clean copy of it. So I thought for $1.18, I will grab that, put that in my collection for a while. Here was a pretty nice find. Rolling Stones, December's Children. Nice mono copy of this on London Records. That was a nice one to find. Thrift store. Here's a cool one. I'd never seen this before. But it's Gladys Knight and the Pips, All I Need Is Time. I had not seen this one from Gladys Knight and the Pips before, so I thought we'll give that a shot. Next up, another pretty clean copy, upgrade copy here for me for The Who's Tommy, classic album from them. There's a little bit of a later pressing on the rainbow labels, but it was just too clean to leave behind. Normally this album is pretty beat when you find it, so grabbed that. And the last one I have to share for you this month, Jeannie C. Riley, Harper Valley PTA, classic one. Just thought, what the heck, we'll give that a shot. Haven't heard that and haven't listened to that one before. So that does it for this month, September 2021. I hope you enjoyed my finds. Leave me any comments or questions you have down below. Thank you very much for watching. If you aren't already, please think about subscribing. Only about 11% of the people who watch my videos are subscribed. So hey, if you're watching the videos anyway, might as well subscribe. Helps me out and lets you know when I release new videos. So thank you for that in advance. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, great night. Enjoy some great music, and we'll see you again next time. Cheers.